This week, Asobo Studios' A Plague Tale: Innocence lands on PC and consoles. It's a stealth adventure that marks the 20-year-old studio's breakout as a standalone game developer. Asobo previously developed everything from licensed Pixar titles to a recent string of Hollywood projects, and The Plague Tale represents the company's move to find sustainability developing its own titles. To discuss the development of A Plague Tale: Innocence, a few team members from Asobo will be dropping by the DD Twitch channel starting at 12 p.m. state and taking your questions in Twitch chat. If you have got questions about moving from licensed games to standalone games, or want to know more about making games like A Plague Tale, drop on by and ask away. And for more developer interviews on the select DD Talks, be sure to follow the DD Twitch channel. Gamasutra and DD are sibling organizations under parent company and former researchers over at Allen Institute for Artificial Intelligence have developed an AI program that can play both sides of Pictionario's single similar game called Canary, where one player draws a picture to represent a word or phrase for the other player to guess. This is pretty interesting, given that most AI research being conducted right now seems to be geared toward competition, like playing against humans in chess or Dota, as opposed to collaboration. Canary is actually available to try online, and prompt the player with guessing what the AI drew or vice versa. If the player chooses to draw, they are asked to doodle the action provided, and then select icons to represent their drawings, as explained by Carvalho over Axios. This is a key stepping stone to machine intelligence that matches or surpasses human capabilities. Despite the AI in Canary being impressive, it has not mastered common sense yet, which is important to the game. The Allen researchers want humans play 100,000 games will also be taught to find words that have characteristics in common. Whenever the AI is taking a concept or idea that does not have a corresponding icon, it's forced to use its learned common sense knowledge to figure out how a combination of icons can be used to effectively communicate the concept to a person, explains Allen CEO Oren Sioni. There are still some hitches, like the AI absorbing some human biases, but it's certainly an interesting step forward in machine learning. Criterion Games is shutting down the servers for its 2008 game Burnout Paradise, a decision that affects the X360, PlayStation 3, and PC versions of the game. A loss of online support is an inevitability for games with online features, but not many make it as long as Criterion's Burnout Paradise. It's a move the developer announced on Twitter earlier today, and one that comes 11.5 years after the game first launched. The official cutoff point is August 1st,
2019.
Following that, the game's offline features will still function as normal, but players will not be able to access any of the online content, including in-game cards and challenges only available through online play. Since the game is one of many X360 supported by the X1's backward compatibility feature, that version of the game will lose its online services as well. However, Burnout Paradise Remastered, released last year for the X1, PlayStation 4, and PC, is not included in the shutdown, and will continue to feature online play. Burnout Paradise ends after over 5 years of service. The service for the original 2008 game will be closing on August 1st, 2019. That affects X360, PS3 and PC versions. Offline play will still be available of course, and Burnout Paradise Remastered servers are unaffected. Mobile games are still driving App Store spending over in the United States, according to analytics outfit Sensor Tower, as noted in the company's latest report, via TechCrunch. App Store revenue generated per active U.S. iPhone rose by 36% to $79 in 2018, up from $58 in 2017, with mobile games accounting for over half of that per device average. More specifically, mobile games accounted for 56% of that average consumer spend, so around $45 of the total $79 spent per iPhone. As the graph below shows, that means U.S. iPhone owners spent 22% more on mobile games in 2018 than in 2017, when the average spend on video games was $36 per iPhone. It also means mobile games continue to dwarf other app categories, with entertainment spending finishing a distant second, with $8 spent per iPhone. For more tidbits from the report, be sure to head on over to TechCrunch. Deep Silver has partnered with Epic to exclusively launch a PC version of Metro Exodus on the Epic Game Store, and will discontinue sales of the game on Steam later today, though all existing pre-orders will still be honored. Epic's poaching on Metro Exodus, a highly anticipated game among the PC games audience, is just the latest salvo in an ongoing war of digital storefronts, in which Steam is the one to beat. It's only been a few weeks since Epic struck up a similar deal with Ubisoft to bring The Division 2 and a handful of future releases to its fledgling marketplace, rather than Steam, although Ubisoft's roster will also be available for purchase at Play Store. Although it only launched last December, the Epic Game Store turned heads by offering developers an 88% share of revenue, as opposed to the standard 70%, prompting some creators to pull their games from Steam in favor of Epic's new marketplace. Epic CEO and founder Tim Sweeney claimed that deal was underpinned by the company's commitment to offering a greater revenue split, and Deep Silver CEO Jeff Clemens Condratix echoed his assertions. Epic's generous revenue terms are a game changer that will allow publishers to invest more into content creation, or pass on savings to the players. Condratix commented, "By teaming up with Epic, we will be able to invest more into the future of Metro and our ongoing partnership with series developer Far Games, to the benefit of our Metro fans." Metro Exodus will eventually return to Steam on February 14, 2020. But the company was still impressed with the deal and voiced its frustration in an update on the game's Steam store page. Later today, sales of Metro Exodus will be discontinued on Steam due to a publisher decision to make the game exclusive to another PC store, reads the update. The developer and publisher have assured us that all prior sales of the game on Steam will be fulfilled on Steam, and Steam owners will be able to access the game and any future updates or DLC through Steam. We think the decision to remove the game is unfair to Steam customers, especially after a long pre-sale period. We apologize to Steam customers that were expecting it to be available for sale through the February 15th release date, but we were only recently informed of the decision, and given limited time to let everyone know. Newsbrief. Square Enix's i2D Switch role-playing game Octopath Traveler has moved a grand total of 1.5 million units, counting shipments and digital sales, since its release last July, according to a Japanese announcement spouted by Gamatsu. It's worth mentioning that shipped does not necessarily reflect the number of copies sold, but even still the milestone represents a significant amount of interest in the visually distinct RPG. especially for a Switch-exclusive title. In a relatively short amount of time, Square Enix has hinted that a second Octopath is in development for consoles. But in the meantime, the company has also announced that it will be launching a smartphone prequel to Octopath Traveler this year, at least in Japan. A translation of a tweet shared to the game's official Twitter account notes that a closed demo for that game, Octopath Traveler, Champions of the Continent, will take place ahead of its full launch. Ubisoft's upcoming shooter The Division 2 is launching on both Ubisoft's Play Store and the Epic Games Store on PC, making it one of the first AAA releases to bypass Steam in favor of Epic's fledgling platform. The jump is the result of a newly forged partnership between Ubisoft and Epic Games that will see a handful of future Ubisoft games announced for the platform this year. Additionally, the team-up means the two companies are working to integrate certain key components of Play and Epic's online services, with a focus on social features and interoperability, potentially meaning that even the Epic Games Store release of The Division 2 could require a Play account to play. The PC version of The Division 2 has been up for pre-order on Steam for some time already, but the listing for the game has already vanished from the Steam store and such.